Hello viewer, welcome back to 54A. No turning today. Some of you may know I've been waiting for a new chuck to arrive, and it's arrived. So I'm just going to point the video camera down to the box it came in and show you what came with it. And that's that really, so bear with me. Right, here it is. Lovely little box to start with, nice and solid. It is from a firm called Rutlands. English people probably know about it more than anybody overseas. It's the XT650 compact scroll chuck kit. If you open the box, that's exactly what you get. Now then, I'll just zoom in a little bit. The chuck itself, there we go, it's a 70mm chuck, which is ideal for the type of lathe that I've got, which is a hobby lathe at the end of the day. It's not a big heavy duty thing. I've got a 100mm chuck on it at the moment, and basically it's probably abusing the lathe a bit with the weight of it. So I bought this little item. Now this is really well made. It's exactly the same as the Charmwoods and Novas records. It's probably made by the same people. There's an index ring on the back, 24. The one set of dovetail jaws are already on it, but also with that you get, let's see, let's get it on here, that's it, a set of small jaws, right, like so. You also get a set of like external grippers and sort of 0 pin jaws with another step there, so it's basically two jaws in one really, that is. Okay, you also get a spare bag of Allen bolts to fit your jaws on, which is always handy to have some spares. A worm screw. Now the chuck I bought is 1 inch 8 TPI thread, which goes straight on my Axminster lathe. But they do supply with the adapter, which is the 3/4 16 TPI. So no problem there. Carry on a bit. 2 sets of buttons, a short set and a long set for these little coal jaws that you get. Lovely little set this is actually, and they're steel, they're not aluminium. Okay, so you get all those as well. They're really well made. And in the bottom of the box there's a nice set of big gripper jaws. So really there's everything you need in here. You've got your little Allen key for changing your jaws over with. They even give you a little Tommy bar for when you want to take the chuck off. And a nice chuck key, the sliding handle. Right, now this is a really well made chuck. There's no slack in it at all. It's superb, really nice. So the case itself is lovely. Now there's 2 reasons I bought this. One is, say, putting a bit of a strain on my lathe. My lathe does tend to get abused a bit, and it's my fault. You've seen the stuff I've put on it, some really out of balance stuff, and so at the end of the day it's a hobby lathe and I want it to last as long as possible before I have to invest in a new lathe. So this is going to be a considerable help to the actual bearings on my lathe. I'll just get my other chuck and show you. move this out a bit. Now there's my Axeman installer, which is a great piece of kit, I must admit. There's no complaints about it at all. But next to it, there you go. Now you can just imagine the weight difference for a start off. Much less strain on my little lathe by running this. Also, I'm at no disadvantage really, because all the mortises and tenons I cut anyway, these jaws on this new chuck will do the job fine. So I've got everything I need in this one box. I'll still keep this, obviously. It will get used now and again. But I'm going to transfer over to this new one. The second reason I bought it, the price. Now, this little kit retails at nearly 250 quid, which is understandable. The quality of it is absolutely first class. Rutlands are selling these at the moment for £119.95 for the set, and that's with free delivery, so you know, you can't complain at that. So there you go, that's my new chuck. I'm going to get it on the lathe in a minute, make something. A mess probably, but you know, something might come out of it. So that's it. Next thing I'm going to do on this little video, I've been turning for about 9 months now. I'm just going to do a little review around the workshop, what I've got, what I've changed, hopefully improved. This is going to be mainly for new turners, so I'll just grab hold of the camera and see where it takes us. First off, of course, is the lathe. Oh, I'm so pleased with that little lathe. Well, I call it a little lathe. I did buy the bed extension with it, as you can see. The reason I bought the bed extension, I found that, just loosen it off. Let's see, where are we? Right, the bed extension. If it hasn't got the bed extension, that's the length, which is great. Most stuff, bowls, vases, whatever, will go on there. Spindles even. But I did find that if I'm turning something up here, say hollowing out a bowl or something, the length of the tool, the tailstock gets in the way. So I bought rather than just take the tailstock off every time, I bought the bed extension so I can just slide it back. Okay. Now this lathe, can't complain about it at all. It's quite a tiny thing compared to what some of you have got. It's variable speed on 2 belts, well, 2 pulleys rather. So I mean, it's like a little elastic band compared to some of the things, but it doesn't let me down yet, touch wood. So this will go on the one pulley from 500 to 2000, and then if you lock it up to the second pulley, it'll do 2000, I think it is, to 4000. So that's quite a range, and it's ever so easy to change. You just loosen this off, slide the belt over, tighten that back up again, job done. So this has had quite a lot of abuse from me, considering it's a hobby lathe. And I can't complain about it at all, especially for the price. Cast iron bed. One little niggle was that it's quite a short tool rest on it, so I made another one, you know, just out of a piece of square 1 inch square section, and that's about 300mm long, so if I need it I'll just drop that in. So that's one thing, it's not going to get changed until it won't work anymore. When I first started, I had the lathe fitted to a bench which was fitted to the wall of the shed, and as some of you know, if I had something that was slightly out of balance, everything shook and the whole shed was shaking, which was causing this on the camera. So I've since redone the lathe stand, so it's actually freestanding now. It doesn't look it, but it is, which has cured all this camera shake. There's my camera mount. I use that a lot, obviously. I'm not using it at the moment, or you wouldn't be able to see it. Tools. Started off with what everybody buys, I think the basic set of about 6 tools for 30 quid, you know, and yeah, they get you going, they'll get you going, and I've still got a few of them on the shelf actually. You do tend to improve as you go along. All the handles were rubbish, so as you can see I've made my own with little inlays and what have you, so everyone's a little bit different, a little different colour, etc. I did invest in then a set of HSS, I think it was a set of 8, but the handles were absolutely rubbish, which is why I've put them on. The tools themselves, nothing wrong with them, handles, rubbish. And then you get thinking, oh, I need this and I need that, and so I have bought a few extras over the past 2 or 3 months. One for the hollowing out. I've made a couple of carbide tip tools, well 3 actually I made, and of course this long bowl gouge, which is my absolute favourite tool. So next thing was the grinder. That's been upgraded. I did have a little B&Q thing with a sanding belt on the one side. Needed the something to take the white stone really for the sharpening of the tools, so I bought that. That's fine. Instead of buying this, I think it's called a one-way system, if you go on Facebook, download the plans and make one, and it works perfectly. There's nothing wrong with it at all. It works just like the one you have to buy from the shop for God knows how many pounds. There you go. Moving around the shop, bandsaw. This was bought when I was doing my model boats. Well, I still am doing my model boats, but that's what it was meant for. It's a tiny little hobby thing. This is the next thing that's going to get upgraded. It can't be anything massive because of the space available, but it will be something that's going to give me a 6-inch depth cut instead of this like 3 or 4 inch, so I can do some bowl blanks better on it. Nothing else has been upgraded, I don't think, except for, yeah, the table saw. Now you saw when I bought this, I had a really rubbishy cheap thing. This again has had quite a lot of use since I had it, and no complaints about it whatsoever. It's well worth spending that few extra quid and getting a decent table saw. The only frightening thing is it's not a soft start. It's on, and it scares the living daylights out of you the first time you switch it on. But yeah, I love that. Very good. No complaints at all. And the other upgrade was, of course, that air filter, which is always on when I'm working, and then I'll leave it on for an hour after I finish working just to help clear the air. And that working alongside this lumberjack, which is the same make as the table saw, dust extractor which I have going. That works a treat. Oh yes. Safety on the floor. I had a laminate, well, I've got a laminate floor, as you can see. I was finding it a bit slippy, so I bought some of this interlocking rubber matting, which I've just put up like the business end of the shed when I'm working on the lathe and what have you. It gives you a bit of safety, and it's very comfortable because you've got that bit of spring in it. There you go. Anybody that's thinking of starting wood turning, you don't have to spend a fortune to get you going. That lathe was, okay, it was on offer, it was £249 I think it was. the chuck I bought at the time was on offer. That was half the price. It should have been 120 odd quid. It was like £60. They do these offers if you shop around. You don't even have to buy new. There's plenty of good second-hand ones on the market nowadays. I just would recommend, the only thing I would recommend is variable speed. It just makes life a lot easier. So there you go, viewer. That's about it. Coffee machine needs a bit of a clean. Oh yes, wood rack, that wasn't here when I first started. Right up to the ceiling, and still not enough room. Just keep finding bits of wood and stack it up, cut it up and stack it up. What else have I done? I've adjusted the round here so many times to get as much in as I possibly can. So what I basically need is a TARDIS. I can't go any bigger on the outside, but I sure would like something bigger on the inside. Anyway, viewer, that's my little video for this week. Hope you like the new chuck. I certainly do. And it's going to get some use in the next few days. But in fact, I'm going to put it on right now. It's a lovely fit. I have tried this. It's a bit awkward doing it one-handed, holding the video camera. But and we're there. And there's no play at all. The threads are a lovely cut. And it sort of suits the size of the lathe, you know, without compromising on the strength and the quality of it. That's it. Have a nice day. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and many thanks to all my subscribers. Let's have some more. We'll soon getting up to the 500 mark at this rate. So anyway, viewer, there you go. Thanks again for watching. See you soon. Bye now. Just before I go, a little add-on, which I forgot to say. The companies that I bought the new chuck kit from, I did get in touch with them first, just to make sure they didn't mind me mentioning their name. And believe me, I'll give an honest review of everything. If I don't like something, I'll tell you. They had no problems, and I've certainly had no problems with them. The delivery, absolutely first class. In fact, better than expected, because they were going to deliver it on a day last week that I wouldn't have been here to sign for it. So they rearranged it so it was delivered a couple of days later. There was one very slight problem with the chuck key. Was the wrong size chuck key, and I just dropped them an email, and within the hour they'd sort of put it right and put the replacement one in the post. So I can't complain about their service at all. I'm going to leave a link to their website where I got the chuck kit from. It'll be down in the description. I think that's it. Yep, can't think of anything else, so see you later. Bye.